I told the great man of God, we saw in the plane. I said, all these things, all these attacks is not about me. It's my children. I said, there are things that if I was alone, you know, some of you men, you can sleep by the gutter. You don't care. You can sleep, but you remember your children. I'm giving you a scenario. Elroy saw that she was used and dumped. Elroy saw that she was used and dumped. Elroy saw she was used and dumped. If you read Genesis 21 verse 14, when, okay, let me not say, let me allow you to read. Genesis 21, 14. You may get offended. Look at the screen. 1, 2, go. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. She departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. A lady, you made sacrifice her vision, sacrifice her future. She has a child for you, and what you settled her with was bread and a bottle of water. Bread and a bottle of water. Bread. There are women that have labored in a home. All they left with was tears. All they left with was regret. All they left with was pain. There is nothing tangible they saw. In fact, even what they brought into that place, they lost everything. A woman who went through all that for you, what you gave her was bread and a bottle of water, and allowed that to go into the wilderness. Wild beasts, wild animals, snakes, lions, tiger, without a location, meaning she was wandering. She was wandering. But Elroy saw her. Elroy saw her. Wandering. There are some of you are wandering through the wilderness of life. You are going through pain, going through hardship now. Those you trusted abandoned you. Those you trusted turned their back on you. Those you thought would stand with you are not standing with you. Those you thought would defend you are not defending you. Those you thought were your own have now proven that they are not your own. You are struggling alone with your children. You are laboring. You brought those children to this world with a man, but now you are now like the man and the woman. Elroy has seen you. Elroy has seen you. There are some of you have been betrayed. You have been betrayed. Imagine what that girl carrying a baby. You know, there are some things you can navigate alone until you have a child. When you now have a baby and a child, you can sleep anywhere. You can lie down anywhere. But when children start coming in, when children start, I told the great man of God, we saw in the plane. I said, all these things, all these attacks is not about me. It's my children. I said, there are things that if I was alone, you know, some of you men, you can sleep by the gutter. You don't care. You can sleep, but you remember your children. I'm giving you a scenario of how Hagar was carrying a baby, looking around to avoid a cobra, to avoid a python, to avoid a snake, carrying a baby, looking around to avoid a lion, carrying a baby. Today she will sleep here. Sleep in the wilderness. You don't sleep with your eyes closed. She has a baby with her. She's wondering, I hope it will not be stung by a bee. I hope this will not happen. I hope that will not happen. She was used and dumped. You are not dumped if you came out with something. You are not dumped if you came out of an experience and you have cars and buildings to show. You are dumped when you came out and all the years you put into something, nothing tangible came out. Nothing. But Elroy saw her. Elroy, the God that sees me. He saw her. He saw that she was used, misused, refused, abused, and dumped. Elroy is the God that sees. In fact, in less than few hours or a day, that water finished. If you go to verse 15, the Bible says, and the bottle, ran out of water. The water finished in the bottle. And the water was spent in the bottle. And she cast the child. It got to a point she could not feed the child. Nothing. She had not eaten, so no breast milk. She had not eaten. She had not eaten. She looked at the child, no water. And she dropped the child and walked away. And from there was watching. She turned her face. He said, I cannot watch my child die. I cannot watch my child die. I cannot watch my baby die. I may have no food, but I can't watch my baby die. I can't watch my baby die. I can't watch my baby die. And she went, verse 16, and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot, for she said, let me not see the death of this child. This woman, God knew she was used and dumb. And if you read verse 19, the Bible says God showed her a well. They gave her a bottle, but God showed her a well. God opened her eyes and she found a well. You labored with somebody and left with just a bottle. If only you can let God open your eyes, you will know there is a well around you. Maybe you have been treated unfairly. There is a well. There is a well. They gave her a bottle, but God gave her a well. Please, I beg you, focus on what God will do for you, not what man has done to you. Focus on what God will do for you, not what man has done to you. They gave her a bottle, God gave her a well. I don't care how I've been treated by anybody. I don't even focus on the treatment of people. Hold on now. I don't, listen to me, I say this to you as your pastor. I don't focus on what people do to me. I focus on what God will do for me. I don't focus if I'm betrayed. I don't focus on who speaks against me. I focus on the God who speaks for me. I don't focus on what man has done to me. The Bible says, I will not be afraid of what man can do to me. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody here? It doesn't matter what has been done to you. Focus on what God will do for you. This woman was saying, you gave me a bottle, God gave me a well. You thought I would die in the wilderness, but you didn't know I was Mama Arab. Mama Arab. Be seated. One of the things, be seated. I know, but just try and sit down. Please, I want to beg all of you. If you want me to go on my knees, I could do it. Can I? Don't look down on anybody. Don't look down. In my house, everybody eats the same thing. There's no, this one eats one food, that one. Everybody eats the same thing. Are you following me? Don't, because life is full of twist and turn. Things can change.